Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Ask the Experts, where we will take your questions, ask some, or try to answer some of your questions, popular questions on remodeling, home improvement, and interior design work. My name is Rob Matthews with Signature Home Services. I'm a general contractor, been one for about 25 years, and a little background, I was a former U.S. Marine. We have Bill Wilson. Bill, you want to introduce yourself, and we'll go around the room and introduce each other?
Yeah, good morning. So my name is Bill Wilson, Valor Home Services. I'm located here in the Midwest, specifically in Illinois, just outside of the St. Louis market. So we service both St. Louis market and the Metro East Illinois area. And we are primarily a flooring company that actually specializes in hardwood floor refinishing and some handyman work as well. 26 years Air Force retired Chief Master Sergeant, and born and raised right here in the Illinois area with lots and lots of family in Mobile, Alabama. So if you guys are on, hey.
All right, Bill, thanks. Now to Ann up in Cleveland.
Good morning, everybody. Ann here from Capozzi Design. We're a design build company located in Chagrin Falls, which is near Cleveland, Ohio. We're in Northeast Ohio. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Northeast Ohio. And again, most of what the core of our business is design build, but we also do smaller projects as well. So I am a certified kitchen designer as well as being CAPS and CLIP certified, and looking forward to our conversation today as always.
All right, great. And then the person to my right, probably your left, is my wife, Robyn Burrell. Robyn, you want to talk a little bit about yourself? I know you always like doing that.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Robyn Burrell, Rob's better half with Signature Home Services. We are also a design build remodeling company with handyman and interior design services. Of course, I am on the interior design side. A little unknown fact about me is that I was actually born in Washington, D.C. Yes, and I am still a Redskins fan after all these years. I am a Texas registered interior designer. I am also CAPS certified, and I have also my NCIDQ certification.
All right, great. All right, so we're going to jump into some questions here. Robyn, we've gotten about half a dozen questions that came in. You want to go ahead and start us off there?
Sure. First question that came in, I think, is geared more to Ann, and it's regarding wood countertops. Can I use them in my home? Are they micro? Yeah.
Won't grow cooties.
Yes, that's right.
That's a great question. So we do have no issue with using wood countertops in a kitchen application, and they can hold bacteria. They can be sanded down because they are porous. They can absorb things, but you just really want to wash them. Wash it with a mild dish soap, and if you take care of your wood countertops, they're perfectly wonderful actually to cook on if you're a cook, because you can use a knife on it, and it's okay to get the knife marks. I think that's part of the beauty of having wood countertops. There is a little bit of maintenance with them, especially in the beginning when you, if you have new countertops installed and they're wood, you really want to make sure that those get oiled on a very regular basis. Here in Northeast Ohio, we recommend if you get new wood countertops, really once a week for the first 3 months. And then beyond that, you can start to just keep an eye on it, and maybe once a month or so, because they do require some maintenance, but they're lovely. They work really, really well in kitchens. A lot of times we'll do them as an accent, maybe on an island. I have clients that love them if they can, because they can take the heat again, you can use knives on them. So it's okay to cut on a wood countertop. And we do recommend the oiled finish. You can get a lacquered finish, but again, if you're using it in your kitchen, they're terrific and very beautiful, and they really patina and age well over time. And actually, there are many wood species that are available for the wood butcher block countertops.
Yeah, and what about pricing? Are wood countertops typically more expensive than, say, a granite or a quartz?
So honestly, if you go with a butcher block that's not an exotic wood, they're really reasonably priced, and it really would be competitive with a granite countertop. It's not going to be significantly less, and it won't be significantly more unless you get into an exotic wood species. But if you're using a maple butcher block, it's very, very competitive and can really add a beautiful warmth to the kitchen as well. Do you think, Robyn?
Yeah, I think the coloring really adds to a kitchen, you know, and it's makes it a showstopper.
I think so too.
Yeah, we've used wood countertops in a few of our projects, like Anne was saying, as accent pieces, floating bars or on islands. But most of ours were exotic woods, like African zebra wood or something like that, and it was just beautiful, and it really made that space pop.
It does. It's very different than changing from on the island. A lot of times people want something different on the island than they do on the perimeter. And if you're using two different quartz or two different granite, or combine the granite and the quartz, it has a very different look when you introduce the warmth of wood. And I agree with you, Rob, especially when you do something exotic. Even the walnut on the countertops are gorgeous.
Agreed.
Yeah, we did one project where we had the wood island, and we also, the kitchen opened up to the family room, and we went ahead and built a custom mantle to match. So that really tied the two rooms in together. So that was really cool. All right, what else we have here?
So, Bill, I think this question is geared towards you. And I know every time I go in to select carpet with a client, it's, okay, what's the difference? What's the difference between nylon, polyester, wool, the different blends that they have? Why are some carpets super duper shiny, and depending on which way you look at them, you know, silks and all that kind of stuff. So talk to us about carpets.
Well, I'm not sure I have all the time I need to talk about all those things. But yeah, so real quickly though, no, back on that countertop, yeah, you know, with the species of wood, most folks don't realize that, you know, the North American woods are your typical oaks and pines and poplars, walnuts, and so forth. But once you, like you said, Rob, once you get into some of the exotics, European exotics, you know, even a white oak from Europe is different than a white oak in North America. It just takes on a totally different look. And the oils, there's different oils you can use and so forth. And we do that, tie the rooms together with the hardwood floors. So yeah, really cool. So Robyn, to answer your question, there's quite a few things to look at for carpet, but what I typically tell folks to do is start with the style of carpet. So you mentioned, you know, nylons and so forth. That's a fiber. But let's talk about real quick the type of carpet styles that you can look at. And those are level loops. So those are your traditional popcorn Berbers, if you will, more seen in commercial and some of the older print Berbers that we had before. Now we're real popular, the cut and loops, which is a combination of a texture and a loop itself. Gives you some design look and a little bit of pattern. Also, we have textured, more traditional plush carpet, and then you know, that's typically what folks think of when they think of wall-to-wall carpet, right? They kind of came out in the 70s. Everyone covered up those beautiful hardwood floors with wall-to-wall carpet, and then we get into the friezes, which is the new shag, right? It's a little bit shorter. Twist is a little bit higher, so it gives you kind of a curly look with the friezes. So. Those are styles. When you get into fibers, though, there are are a few. There's nylon, which is very durable. There's the standard polyester, which is a little less expensive, but does not keep, it's not stain resistant, so it soils pretty easily. There's a new polyester that's been out, I guess it's maybe not new, but it's called PET polyester, which is a neat concept. They're recycling. So for folks that are concerned about green and the environment and so forth, a lot of times they're recycling plastic bottles and so forth. And then also you have the Smart Strand, which is a product that's made from corn sugars right here in the Midwest. Very durable and does not have the petroleum in it. So it's lead points, get you a little bit more on lead points if folks know what that is. And then the final thing is wool, which has obviously been around forever, very durable, more on the expensive side, but definitely a product that will last you forever. So those are really the types of fibers. The other thing real quick that you want to look at when you're looking at carpet is the weight of the carpet. That's how many ounces it is, the way they weigh it. Next, you want to look at the gauge of the carpet, and I'll illustrate that. So if you can think about a sewing machine that's 12 or 15 foot wide, which is how they make carpet, they'll actually push the nylon or the fiber down through the backing, and that's that mesh backing that you see. So the gauge is actually how far apart those needles are. So a very small gauge gets you a very tight fiber with a lot of fiber in it, and it's not as loose. Folks are a little concerned when they feel the carpet, which is the way we used to shop for carpet, is you feel it and you go, oh, I feel the back, right? And sometimes they think that's equated to not a good wearing carpet or durable carpet. It actually depends on the twist rate, because the way we twist carpet now, we twist it tighter and tighter to get more twist to keep it from unraveling. Well, that makes that denier very thin and it makes it loose. So look at the other things, not just whether you can feel the backing on the carpet. Hopefully that answered all your carpet questions. And if you have any other ones, Robyn, let me know.
Well, isn't there something too, like if you're going to go over stairs, the stair noses, to make sure when the carpet bends that you can't see that backing too, when you do it, like say over a stair nose?
Yeah, so what you're talking about in our world is, we call that smiling. Does the carpet smile at you, right? Does it open up and expose the space or the row or the gauge, like we just talked about? Does it expose that? Most of the time, people, when they're looking at carpet, they're folding it across those rows, or parallel with those rows, so it smiles on you. You actually want to install the carpet opposite of that on the staircase so that you don't get that smiling effect. And some carpets obviously are more susceptible to smiling, if you will, than others. But yeah, if you're going to look at carpet on a stair, you do want to check that out, but make sure you turn it the proper way.
Awesome. Thank you. That was, again, I learned something today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Smiling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Rob, here's a question for you. And we had someone ask us if they can use green rock in their shower.
Green board, green rock. It really depends on the city, the jurisdiction that you're in. Some of them have completely outlawed it. Basically, green rock is sheetrock that, instead of having the standard paper coating, it does have more of a water resistant coating on it, but it's not a waterproof coating. So if it's installed and there is a leak, it will resist the water, but it will not reflect the water. So again, we do not use it at all. We haven't used it in probably 15, 20 years. I just don't want to take that risk. And around here, our jurisdictions does not allow it. Today's family day. We've got our grandson here. We haven't had him for a couple of weeks because of what's going on in the world. So it's a big treat for us. But yes, you can use green rock if your city allows it. I would highly not recommend it though. think spend a little bit more money, use a good tile, cement tile board, or the Curdy system, and there's several others out there that gives you a 100% waterproofing capability and usually a warranty.
All right. And then, Anne, you could probably answer this question. What's a popular finish nowadays in plumbing?
Oh my gosh, that's kind of a loaded question, don't you think? It's really interesting. Actually, you know, I think brushed nickel really is probably not going away, but certainly what we're seeing gaining in popularity. I feel like the brass finishes have been around for a little while, but we're seeing a big surge also in the matte black finishes. I don't know if you all have found that as well. So really, a lot of people moving towards the brass and the aged copper. So there are some different terms for that, kind of that new gold finish. We're really seeing the new gold finish as well as matte black. So I think both of those we're seeing almost equal interest in both of those new finishes.
Yeah, we haven't started a project yet, but it's a big master bath remodel and a huge shower. It's got three faucets and a lot of fixtures and body sprays and steam ports, and it's all going to be matte black. Door hinges, faucets, door pulls, everything's matte black. So it's really cool. So yeah, that's going to be a stunning bathroom.
Yeah, we just finished a first floor renovation, and we changed out all of the doors, all of the interior doors, all of the hardware and hinges. And so we're going to 2-panel doors, and then all of the hinges and hardware in the matte black. And it is such a change from what it was, which is a home that was built back in the 1920s. So what a major update that was without investing too much. A great change in the overall look of the home.
So we have another question that came in, and the question is that they have enormous windows in most of their home, and they have an older blackout window covering to keep the bedroom dark at night. And I'm assuming it's probably during the day when the light comes out. And it's really ugly and needs to be replaced. And she's asking, what are some of the window treatment options for a nice solid blackout for floor to ceiling windows? I think the best answer to that would probably be roller shades that are completely, you can't see through them at all, so there's no transparency. And they come to where you can even put them, I always talk with my hands, sorry about that, but they come to where they can actually roll down into grooves, and then that way there's no light that escapes on either side, because that's another problem that you see a lot of times with blackout, is you'll have kind of like the shutters behind us, you have that glare that can pop out on the sides, whereas with the tracks, the window shades are going to roll all the way down and there's not going to be any blackout. Great thing is, during the day, they can go up. And then if you wanted to put some type of panels or even another roller shade or something in front of it as decoration or a balance or something, you could do that and then still have your total blackout material, for when you want the room completely dark.
That would almost work on people that want to, say, convert an existing room that has windows into a media room, because
Right.
most of the new media rooms are built with no windows. But this would allow that to work real well, to completely black out those windows.
Yes.
So that would work really good. Yeah.
Robyn, I have a follow-up question to that, with just to give a little insight to everybody watching today. And that is, when we're talking about window shades, I'm seeing an increase in people that really like the window shades to be automatic, right, with a remote. Mm-hmm. How popular are you finding the remote to be when it comes to shades?
I would say when we're doing roller shades, they're almost always putting in, the electronic remote shades. The great thing now is that they're all made with the ZWave technology. And then if you can't get them hardwired, so let's say we wanted to do that here in the window behind us, it would be harder to put it in to make it hardwired. So we would probably have to do, a remote that has a battery in. Used to be that the batteries were super hard to change out because they'd be so high up. Well, now we can get them down lower, so they're a lot more accessible to change those out. And, but yes, I would say we do those when we do roller shades now almost all the time. The price has come down a lot. And it's really easy. Now, if you're building a new home or remodeling, super easy to put in and hardwire it, and then you never have any problems.
Yeah, and you mentioned ZWave. That's something that will integrate most. I won't say the A word as we say around here because there's one over here behind my back, and she'll start talking.
Home automation.
Home automation, so you can say the name of whatever. Yes, please raise the bedroom shades or whatever. Yeah. So that works really well. The ZWave system works, integrates nicely.
Or Google open my window shades.
Yeah, that's a safe word around here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got one here. Let's see, we're almost done here. We got just about 3 minutes left. Let's go around the room and ask everyone if anybody out there that has any questions specifically for us for flooring or remodeling in general, kitchens and baths, you can reach out to us and contact us. Let's go around the room and everybody can give them their contact number, email address, website, things of that nature. Bill, you want to start there?
Yeah, thanks. It's actually a good show. I enjoyed it today. I need blinds and window coverings, so that was very informative. So you can reach out to me if you have any specific questions about anything that we do, a couple of ways. One, through our website, which is www.valorhomeservices.com. That's VALOR, homeservices.com. You can reach me directly by email at bill@valorhomeservices.com. And of course, you can always call us at 1-833-FLOOR-ME. That's 1-833-356-6763.
All right, Ann?
Yes, it was. I agree. It was a great show. I really enjoyed our conversations today. Very enlightening and helpful. So you can reach us you can reach out through the website, which is CapozziDesignGroup.com. Again, located here in Northeast Ohio. Our phone number is 440-247-9496. And really the website's probably the easiest way to reach us. We do have a showroom. Of course, it is closed right now, but in normal times, we would be open this time of the morning on a Saturday. So thanks again.
All right, thanks. Robyn, you want to take it for us?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you can always ask any of us too, any questions on our group, which is Ask the Experts on Facebook. And then we also each have our own company pages, so you can reach out to us there and DM us. But for Rob and I, you can reach us through signaturehomeservices.com. And then we're both also very active on Facebook. And our phone number is 817-753-6668. So again, if you need to ask any of us a question, just search for Ask the Expert group on Facebook.
That's early.
Yeah. And you can reach us there and ask us a question. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. And we see you next Saturday at same time, same place.